Ho ho ho! What's going on, guys? Got this big huge box here. Remember about a year ago I did a video for Buyee, they're a Japanese proxy site who wanted me to try out their service and let you guys know about it. I did. You can go back and watch that video if you want, in which I showed you the stuff that I got as well as shared my thoughts about the site, and I'm going to basically be doing the same thing today. So I've had experience with them before last year. I'm going to be comparing that to how my experience with them rated this year. And I honestly don't think that they remember that I'd worked with them before last year when they asked me to work with them again. I think it's a different person that they had that contacted me. But anyway, let me show you guys what I got from them first. Basically, they gave me a budget of 20,000 yen, so about $200. And so this is what I got. With that, that's not including the shipping fee, I should say, by the way. That's just for the items in here. First thing is, this box looks very much too big for what I know is in here. So I think there's probably a lot of wasted packaging, a lot of wasted space in here, most likely. But let's pop it open and find out. And by the way, the reason that I'm awkwardly bending over like this is because I wanted to frame my shot here so that you guys could get an idea of how massive this box is. And I'm a pretty tall, I'm a pretty big guy. And this box is very, very large. Yeah. First of all, one lesson that even I know from shipping is that when you have huge overlapping flaps like this, you really don't need them. You just cut that off. Alright, so yeah, as you guys can see here, it's basically the different items are just kept in their original boxes. On their site, you do have the option to get rid of the separate boxes, which I would definitely recommend that you do. I'll talk more about that in a moment when we get to talking about this stuff. But so that is going to be the first thing that you can see, like why I mentioned why I can see there's a lot of wasted space in here. Basically, it was from 4 different sellers. So when they receive the stuff from the 4 different sellers and then put it into one big box, it's a consolidation. They do have a consolidation fee, but it's better than paying for shipping 4 times. Better to pay the consolidation fee. The consolidation fee is either like 500 yen or 1,000 yen, depending on the number of boxes you're consolidating, which seems a little arbitrary. I think they could make it just either 500 or 1,000. But the first thing here, let's pull this guy out. This is a kit that I've been wanting to check out for a long time. This would be the Master Grade Age 1 Normal. So I've been really wanting to check this kit out. I've heard that it's a very good Master Grade, so finally got the chance, and we're going to check that one out later. Of course, the good part about this, and why I like doing this for different proxy sites like this from Japan, is that not only does it mean kits for me, of course, but it's content for you guys. So I tried to get some stuff that I think that you guys would like to see, as well as stuff that I would like to have, that I would like to check out. In this box, we've got the Frame Arms Baselard, highly recommended Frame Arms Girl kits, and I like it. And I haven't got one, so took this chance to get one of those as well. Alright, and the bottom 2 boxes here are a little bit larger, as you can see. So let's pop these open. And these have a couple things. Firstly, this has a 1/44 scale set of the Bandai Builder parts of the MS figure. So little 1/44 scale figures in there. And another Master Grade I've been wanting to check out for a long time is the Master Grade Zaku Mine Layer. So really love the look of the Mine Layer. Especially, I mean, it's basically just a different backpack for the most part, right? And it's such a cool looking backpack. So I really wanted to check out that kit as well. Alright, and then here for the last box. Let's get this guy open. There's an extra little thing in this one as well. Here it is Kotobukiya MSG option parts here. This is the Sentry gun. It's got extra kind of little thing that just stands on its own actually, but you can of course use it for just separate parts, anything for frame arms kits and all that. So we'll check that out. Don't really have any particular plans for that at the moment, but it looks like a cool just extra gun and extra parts you can use for whatever. So this last one here is another Master Grade kit. I thought at first, like the first few items I selected were Kotobukiya kits, then I thought no, Bandai Gunpla is my bread and butter, so that's what I'm going to stick with, and got the Rizel Here, this is the commander type. Previously, I have reviewed the C type, type C, the big one with the giant accessories on it, and so this one will basically pretty much be the same as that. So I've kind of already reviewed this kit before, but I figured it looks really cool, and I really liked the type C, so I really wanted to get this one as well. It's basically just that with a little bit simpler armaments on it, but still pretty big. So that is pretty much everything in here. Let's go ahead and sit down and have a little chat. Alright, so first off, I guess I should make it clear, what is Buyee and why should you guys care, why I'm talking about them as a website. They're a Japanese proxy website, so basically if there's anything that you would want to buy off of like Japanese websites, you can't really do it from outside of Japan, so you buy it through this website. Basically, you pay to the website buys it for you, and then we'll ship it to you directly. So that's basically pretty much what it is. There's other websites like it out there. How this one compares to them, I think they're all basically the same. They can be expensive just for their services, and that's just kind of the way that it is. There's other ways to get the stuff from Japan, not using a proxy server. There's other kinds of many different websites. So it's just an option that you guys can use. I really probably wouldn't recommend using one for just kind of the normal stuff, like the normal kits that you can just buy pretty much anywhere and everything like that. What I would probably recommend using them more for would be for harder to find stuff. That would be stuff that the kind of thing like that you would feel like you could only find if you were in Japan. Alternatively, the only way that you could find it would be through like really Japanese websites, Japanese auction websites especially. So using their features, so using their website for Japanese auction sites, I think would probably be the most useful use of Japanese proxy sites like Buyee. So if you're looking for like an older P Bandai kit or an older Expo exclusive kit, or if you're into like resin figures and things like that, an old B Club resin kit or something like that, you can find that stuff on Japanese auction sites relatively easily. And if you're in Japan, it's not a big deal to just find those and buy them online. Sometimes, of course, it's going to cost a lot depending on the rarity of the kit or whatever, but if you're having trouble finding stuff like that, and this is an option that you can certainly check out. Now, like I said, it can be expensive because of fees. So, of course, there's just a fee for just buying the thing that you want to buy. It's relatively small, though. It's not too bad. But then there's other fees that you can kind of avoid easily. But the website is a little bit tricky. So, my best advice for you guys would be to just go slowly on their website. I want to say that it's kind of complicated, but it kind of has to be. I don't know how they could like really do what they're doing in a more simpler way. So I think unfortunately, just by the nature of it, it has to be a little bit complicated. But just make sure that you check everything, and just some of the extra fees you can avoid. So, for example, I talked about the consolidation fee, consolidating the boxes. So when you consolidate the boxes, you have to pay a consolidation fee, unfortunately. But you can opt to throw out the original packaging. So as you saw, mine was they were all in the individual boxes still. What you can do is there's like a little box thing you can check to just throw away the original packaging. That will save you on weight on your total consolidated package. Will obviously weigh less. Space doesn't really matter that much, but it will definitely weigh a lot less. And then another option is after you buy your products and they come in, then you can kind of choose. There's an option to choose like the insurance for that, whether you want like some different levels. There's a few different levels of insurance thing. They automatically tack on 500 yen, which is just like the default setting, but kind of really don't need it, I would think. And so you can change that to just no insurance or whatever, and then it'd just be just zero. So save yourself $5 by just not really doing that. Do it if you want. Look into it, look into the details, and kind of weigh out the options if you really think that you really want to have that or not. But that is an extra fee that I think you probably just do without. And then finally, once you're ready to ship your stuff to yourself, you can then choose from a few different shipping options. Obviously, they're range from cheap to expensive, and so just make sure you choose whichever one is best for you. If you're not really in a hurry to get your stuff, choose a cheaper shipping method, and you can save yourself some money with that as well. So ultimately, Using Japanese proxy sites is not something that I really typically do, just because I'm living here in Korea. I think if I was living farther away in the United States or in Europe or something like that, I might, but they yeah, just because of the fees and things like that, they can be a little bit expensive. But again, if you're looking for something really specific and you're having trouble finding it, then it's worth checking out different sites like this. Now, how does my overall experience with them rate from a year ago? It's honestly, it's basically the same. I don't really feel like they really improved or got worse or changed really at all from a year ago for the most part. Basically, my only complaint back then is pretty much the same complaint that I really have now, is that communication doesn't really seem to be their strong point. And for me, as like we're kind of working together as this promotion or sponsorship kind of deal, even like the communication wasn't that great. Like they would kind of take a day or two to reply to messages or something like that, and that's via direct message with me. And I feel like if you're a customer and you're trying to communicate with them just through email or whatever, and you're having to deal with that might be kind of annoying. I mean, obviously, like waiting a day for messages is not like that big of a deal, but in the current times that we're living in, we kind of expect some really quick service, right? And so if that is what you're expecting, then you might just keep it in mind that you might have to wait a day or two or something like that to get a message or reply if you're in need. That said, other than that, in terms of their service, I mean, it seems fine. Basically, they just order stuff for you, get the stuff for you, and send it out to you. It's not really too complicated. One big issue though that I did have that was kind of annoying was that a lot of the shops, a lot of the items that I was looking at were not available for me to buy. So when you're like just looking at the page of the items and you click one, whatever, it doesn't show you on the list of the page of items if it's sold out or not. It'll just show you a big list. So say if I search Zaku Mine Layer, it'll give me a whole bunch of them, and on that page with the list of them, it doesn't show you which ones are out of stock. But if you'll maybe click on one that's like the cheapest one, and then once you go there, it'll say, oh, it's out of stock on the store. So like, why not say that? Save me the click and put that like on the page of when you're seeing like the list of the items. Also, aside from that one of being things being out of stock, I kept getting this message where it says that the shipper, like that shop, couldn't sell to me, or like this item was like not available or something like that. So not that it was out of stock, but I thought there was like an issue depending on like my country. So if like certain countries, maybe certain sellers won't ship to that, but that wouldn't really be an issue either. So I even asked Buyee about that particular message that I kept getting, and they didn't really even know what that was about either. So that was kind of weird, and I ran into that a lot. So when it was kind of difficult, to find the things I was looking for. And that's the other thing I should say as well. Searching for stuff is difficult on the sites. You are better off searching in Japanese if you can. So if there's a certain particular item that you're looking for, find the Japanese name of that and just like copy and paste it into the search bar, and you'll have much better results finding the thing you're looking for, just because it will translate the name. So if you just type in English Zaku Mine Layer, it will like take the search results and translate them and match it, but you'll get like 1/10 the amount of results. It won't really be a good matching. So if I just search that in English, I'll get maybe 5 results. If I search it in Japanese, I would get 70 or something like that. So just do that. It's annoying and it's complicated, but again, like I said, if you're using it to really just search for very specific items, then shouldn't be that much of a hassle. But just something that you also will have to kind of deal with, unfortunately, if you're trying to use the website. So that was also a bit annoying, and I think it's it's something that I think is kind of unavoidable just based on the nature of it. I don't think that they could really like write a much better code for translating the Japanese and English names to help with their search queries. I don't know, because I don't really know anything about that, but I feel like they probably couldn't really do a whole lot about that even if they wanted to. So I don't know, that is my experience with Buyee, guys. If you've ever used the site, let me know what you think down below, and if you're interested in the site, of course the link is down in the description, so just check it out if you're interested. And also let me know down in the comments there which of these kits that I got here today you would like to see first. I will be reviewing all of them as soon as I can, but let me know which ones you particularly like to see, and I'll take that into consideration and try to review those earlier for you guys. So let me know, and as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.